We pour billions and billions of dollars into cybersecurity. Firewalls, super complex software, all of it. But what if I told you the single biggest threat isn't some fancy line of code? What if it's something way more unpredictable? Let's dive in.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. With all the high-tech defenses a company can buy, top-of-the-line encryption, the whole shebang, where's the weak link? What's the one variable that you just can't program to be perfect?
You guessed it. It's the human element. It's you. That's right. The single biggest risk isn't the software. It's a person. Technology is only, half the battle. The real key to security, the absolute first and most important line of defense, that's you.
Okay, so why are people the target? Well, it's simple, really. It's just easier to trick a person than it is to crack some super complex digital code. Attackers have basically become psychologists. They use this whole method designed specifically to exploit how we naturally think and act. And it's got a name: social engineering.
Yeah, social engineering, it's not what you think of when you hear the word hacking. It's not some person in a dark room typing furiously on a keyboard. It's a con game, pure and simple. It's all about manipulating you into willingly handing over the keys to the kingdom.
So, the big question is, how do they actually do it? Well, we're going to pull back the curtain and take a peek at the secret playbook these attackers are using, because honestly, understanding their game is the very first step to beating them at it.
All right, first up, authority and trust. This is a classic. An attacker pretends to be someone you're just conditioned to listen to. Think about it. A senior manager, the IT guy, maybe someone from HR. They are literally banking on you not questioning a request from someone you believe is in a position of power.
And then, of course, there's intimidation. This one is all about creating panic. The attacker uses threats, they pile on the pressure, all to make you act rashly, without thinking. And let's be real, fear is a heck of a motivator. It can totally cloud our better judgment.
Just picture this. You are working the help desk, and you get a call just like this one. You've got the authority part, the executive's assistant, and then, bam, a direct threat. That combo creates this insane pressure to just do it, to skip all the security steps you're supposed to follow.
Next on the list is consensus, or what some people call social proof. This one is sneaky because it plays on our basic human desire to fit in. An attacker might say something like, "Oh, everyone else on your team has already installed this software update." And suddenly, you feel like the odd one out if you don't do it too.
Scarcity. This is a classic marketing trick, and it works just as well for scams. You've all seen those phishing emails, right? This amazing deal is only available for the first 50 people who click. It's all about creating that fear of missing out, that FOMO, and it pushes you to make a snap decision before you spot the red flags.
And right alongside scarcity, you've got urgency. They're similar, but with a slight twist. While scarcity is about a limited opportunity, urgency is about a limited time to prevent a crisis. It's those emails that are practically screaming at you. Your account has been compromised. Click here immediately to secure it. The whole goal is just to make you react, not think.
And last but not least, we have familiarity and liking. This is the friendly con artist. He's a little creepy, actually. They might check out your social media, find out where you went to college, and then call you up like, "Hey, no way, I saw we both went to the same university. Small world, huh?" They create this fake bond just to get you to lower your guard before they make their real move.
Okay, so that's the attacker's playbook. It sounds pretty scary, I know. But here's the really good news. Now that we know their tricks, we can start building our own defenses. And it really boils down to two key things: training and awareness.
Now, it's super important to know the difference between these two. Think of it this way. Security training is like taking a class. It's the formal instruction where you really learn the skills and responsibilities. Security awareness? That's more like the daily reminder. It's the posters, the little email tips, the constant drumbeat that keeps all that knowledge fresh in your mind.
So this training can come in a bunch of different forms. You might have in-person or virtual classes, online courses, or sometimes it's just part of your HR orientation. But really, the format doesn't matter nearly as much as the quality of what's being taught.
Right. So just checking a box and saying, "We did the training," is not going to cut it. For this to actually work, for it to build a real strong defense, it has to be done the right way. So let's get into the best practices that make this stuff really stick. Okay, so there are basically 4 keys to making this whole thing effective. 1, you got to update it constantly. 2, it has to be tailored to a person's specific job. 3,
It needs to focus on the big key threats, like all that social engineering stuff we just talked about. And 4, you've got to refresh and reinforce it so nobody forgets.
Let's just double-click on that first point for a second, because it is so important. Why is it so crucial to keep updating this stuff? I mean, why can't you just make one training module and then call it a day, year after year?
Well, the answer is pretty simple and a little terrifying. The threats are always changing. The scams and attack methods that worked last year are old news today. This stuff evolves at lightning speed, so our defenses, our knowledge, has to evolve right along with it. Honestly, outdated training is probably worse than no training at all.
And that training can't be a one-size-fits-all deal, either. Think about it. The risks for someone in the finance department who's handling wire transfers are totally different from the risks a software developer or an IT admin faces. The training has to be relevant to what people actually do every single day.
So all of this brings us right back to where we started. We've looked at the threats, we've broken down the tactics, and we know the strategy for defense. And you can see how it all comes back to one thing: empowering you, the individual.
If you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Every single person in an organization is part of the security system. You're not just some passive target waiting to be attacked. No way. You are an active defender. You are the human firewall.
So what does that look like in the real world? Well, it means practicing good password hygiene. It means learning to recognize and resist those social engineering tactics we just covered. And it means just staying aware of the threats that are out there right now. This is your personal defense toolkit.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time one of those weird emails or a super urgent text message pops up on your screen, you have the knowledge now. You know the playbook. You've seen the tactics. So, what's your move?